Angel-6942 calling in. Angel-6942 calling in. Angel-6942 calling in. The date in human years is Friday, the 4th of June, 2021. And I'm still having these gaps in my days and memories. In fact, I don't remember anything from last night. Now, at first I thought it might have been the influence of demonic Dominic, Bojo's friend, because he seemed to be having these mind control powers on people on social media. But I don't think that's true. I don't think he has any mind control powers at all, because this week he's been forgotten about. In fact, the big news this week is that Bojo and Carrie got married in secret. Apparently they were going to had planned and announced that they were going to have a big wedding in 2022, the summer of next year. But over the last weekend, the bank holiday weekend that just gone, they got married in a very small ceremony with a very small group of friends in their back garden of Downing Street. Now, many people are wondering why they changed their plans, and it could be that Carrie no longer likes having big gatherings or parties in case of another bucket of blood is chucked over her head and she loses control and burns down the school hall telekinetically. Though I do wonder it's because that was all that Bojo could afford now that he's redecorated his flat. COVID-wise, the WHO or WHO have announced that they're renaming the variants of Kent, South Africa, Japan and India to Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta, and any new variants will be named by numbers rather than by where they've been discovered. Though this is to remove the stigma of the virus from those countries, although the stigma of the virus still sticks with China, where it was first found or originated. And many humans actually target anyone with sort of East Asian features or heritage with sort of fear and hate because of the stigma associated to the virus. Though these are usually the same people that are outraged that they have been targeted for hate and fear because they are blamed for slavery because they have Caucasian features and heritage. Now, a lot of people are worried about the Delta variant because it seems to be spreading quite quickly in the UK. But despite this, the UK government said that their plans for the ending of lockdown is still on track for June the 21st. Though many scientists are worried about this and have voiced their fears, saying it's too soon because we don't know what's going to happen, and that they should delay the end of lockdown for at least a few weeks or months until they're certain that things are safe. Though Andrew, remember Andrew? He's that multi-millionaire musical operation business owner. That guy, Andrew. Anyway, he said that he would sue the government. He's threatened that he would sue the UK government if they did not reopen or end lockdown on the 21st of June, because he and his multi-billionaire millionaires, or whatever they are, billionaire theatre owners, they're his friends, were going to lose a lot of money if that didn't happen, and they would have to fire lots and lots of workers that the government are paying for using the furlough scheme. And in fact, things are so bad that they've already had to let go of lots and lots of workers that the government were paying for them to keep. I mean, I do feel sorry for these multi-billionaire business owners because it must be so hard for them. And I wonder if they've had to downsize their multi-billionaire lifestyles in any way whatsoever. Now, a lot of people are angry at the government because of these variants getting into the country, because they say that the government should lock down the borders immediately there's any sign of danger, and they should have no time, immediate, right then, sign of danger, lock down the government, nobody should fly in without being isolated and having loads and loads of tests, or should not even be allowed to fly in at all. Lock down the government and should keep the country safe. Now, yesterday, the government announced that they were changing Portugal from green status to amber status, which means that anybody flying into the country would have to self-isolate and do loads of COVID tests. And a lot of people are very angry about this because they said that the government had just announced this immediately overnight and they didn't give them enough time to change their plans, and they shouldn't have done it immediately. They should have given them a few days or weeks for them to allow to do that. Now, a lot of travel business owners and companies are very, very angry and worried about this happening because it says that it sends a message that it's not safe to fly from other countries, and it would be disastrous for their businesses, and that their businesses and the worldwide economy is reliant on people flying all the way around the world using airplanes, and it would be disastrous if people stopped flying. In the meanwhile, a lot of people are concerned about international sports event and how it sort of affects the environment. I mean, for example, the weekend that's gone by, the same weekend that Harry and Boja got married, there was a tournament for the Euro Cup, whatever, and 2 UK teams who play football travelled all the way to Portugal to play their match in Portugal rather than the UK. And a lot of their fans flew to Portugal to sort of enjoy the game and cause loads and loads of trouble. And people are very angry and outraged that this encouraged people to fly and use airplanes because they say that air travel causes climate change, or is a major contributor to climate change, and it would be disastrous if lots and lots of people continued flying. Humans are very confusing. Good news today. The UK government have announced that they've reached a trade agreement with Norway, Liechtenstein and Iceland, which means that there's going to be sort of a flow of goods between the two countries, hopefully by ship, because apparently it's bad to fly. So the UK be sending loads and loads of beef to all these countries, and those countries, well, Norway will be sending the UK loads and loads of fish, despite them having lots of fishermen who are complaining that there's not. Anyway, loads and loads of fish. Liechtenstein will be sending loads and loads of big pictures of cartoon airplanes with the word bang on them. Though I wonder if it's good for the environment to have so many airplanes come through. And Iceland's will be sending loads and loads of turkey Twizzlers. Though a man called Jamie is very concerned about that. Now, on this day, 32 years ago, a big country in East Asia did something terrible to some of its people, which is a worldwide phenomenon, and it was all reported about. And many people in that country, on the outskirts of the country, for decades have been commemorating the event by gathering together to remember the event. But over the past 2 years, that government of that big country has banned any gatherings and have in fact removed any references to that event, and has made people try to forget that event. And in fact, today they arrested 2 people for trying to illegally organise a gathering or assembly. They've been arrested. And apparently these people wanted just people to sort of gather together in parks, or just do it from their home and do something like this.